What would you do if I sang out of tune?
I would stand up and walk out on you.
What piece of shit? Fucking some kind of brother you are.
When I read the insert train coming noise, I heard like a really old like Lionel.
Yeah.
A really slow train.
Absolutely, do whatever way you want.
I didn't know trains had this thing coming and going.
Well, I was thinking that, or I was thinking.
I'm coming now.
I thought you were gonna insert a train noise that was like, and tell me, did you fall from a shooting star?
Can we clear that?
We can do that.
I don't think they can sue us. Hey, I'm at the aquarium and check it out. There's Hootie and the Blowfish. I'm gonna go to a terrarium. What are you looking to see? The gin blossoms. Hey, jealousy.
Terrarium.
I'm going.
We're just gonna cold read it.
I'm going to the arboretum to pick some gin blossoms and go to the sound garden. Black hole sun, won't you come?
This is better. This is better than Tony
The rain, black hole sun.
I don't think I'd ever say that.
Won't you come?
It is.
Won't
Is it
you
a
come?
Is it a garden of sound? Or is it a band?
Is that
Maybe
Chris
they're
Cornell?
dead. Alright, hello and welcome to Action Panels. We don't have a name for this podcast.
What number is it? 3, 4?
4.
4?
It's like having just saw a ghost. It's like having just saw a ghost.
Ghost?
What the
So
fuck? So hello and welcome to Action Panels, Season 3, Episode 4, coming at you live from the North Lake Public Library, as always.
And our new studio study room 2.
Actually, I lied. We're not coming at you live from North Lake Public Library. We're live from NYCC. We made it. We made it to the big time. Here we are. Went to a New York... Is it Knicks? They're called the Knicks, right?
That's the basketball team.
We went to a New York Knicks game and went and got a New York slice. So there's no bullshit. Like, if we weren't in New York, how would we know that? How would we know that?
I hung out with Derek Jeter.
I stopped Cloverfield from attacking the entire city.
I met Rudy
Did you see that
Giuliani.
movie? Like they didn't end well.
Oh, so it ended like lost. Not well. As always, I am your host, and Justin for all, coming at you with Stairway to Kevin, This Charming Dan, and Daved and Confused. So since I introduced you guys for you today, how are you guys doing today?
Wonderful. Drunk.
It's pretty good.
Are you hitting on me again?
I might be.
Alright. So let's get right into this. First discussion question of the day. What are the best songs about falling in love with a woman who's really a man? Mine is the Kinks'
I was gonna say
Lobo.
Lolo's like the best.
That's also the only one. Discussion over.
Do you know what's bugging me? That there was
Bugs.
never a sequel to Blade Trinity. I was watching it this morning.
Ignore it. Ignore it. It'll go away.
It's a reaction shot.
So Terry Crews, right? This is not the part that's supposed to blow your mind.
Good start. Good
Terry
start.
Crews. This is also this whole thing's gonna pique your interest. Terry Crews is going to be voicing Blade in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon, but that's not the part that's gonna blow your mind. What he keeps continually getting asked about being in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he said for like the millionth time he does not want to be Luke Cage. No interest in being Luke Cage, but what Terry Crews does have an interest in, and what he does want to be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is, are you ready? He wants to do a live-action adaptation of The Thing.
Yes. Wait.
yes.
We're talking Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four.
Thing.
The
So
Thing.
basically, what we're telling me is we're gonna paint him a little lighter and draw some lines on him.
Yeah.
I'm so in. Like make that movie now.
Well, I assumed it was going to be prosthetic makeup still, but he wants to be alive. Like, he doesn't want to CGI the Thing. Like, he wants to be the Thing.
I was
Wants
really
to be alive.
see. I wanted it more like how Batista was in Man with the Iron Fist, where he's just got the gold body. Let's just give Terry Crews an orange body. Let's do it. Let's get.
Well,
it
that's not the Thing. That's just a guy with an orange body. That's just
They draw the rocks.
Then it's
in.
just the Jersey Shore guy who tanned too much.
Fine.
He needs the rocks.
Either way, the best
He
part
needs
about
to have
that
Dwayne
movie-
Johnson's all over him. In other news, we've got...
I love a gaming news.
Oh, here's something else I wanted to bring up that like kind of really just made me mad. They were talking to Quentin Tarantino and also...
I'm
already mad. I agree. And Oliver Stone about Batman, about the Batfleck news. And they gave their 2 cents on it.
I'm in.
No. I wish. That would probably make me into it. But they gave their 2 cents, and according to Quentin Tarantino, Batman is a one-beat, uninteresting character who anyone could play, so it doesn't matter who plays him. And Oliver Stone... Let's discuss that first. First off,
But here's the thing.
fuck you, Quentin Tarantino.
Well, to be fair, anyone can play Batman. They can't play.
but he's
They can't
trying.
play Bruce Wayne.
Right. But he's saying the entire, not just Batman as Batman. He's saying
Right.
the whole
Because
character.
the Batman character is 50% mask.
Right, but
Like,
he's talking
anyone
about
can do that.
he's talking about how it's just a boring, uninteresting character. Like the backstory, everything. It's just who cares? It's stupid.
To be honest, I looked at Quentin Tarantino's movie list and he put Kick-Ass on his list, so he doesn't really care about comic book movies, to be completely honest. And I don't think he read the comics of Kick-Ass to put that.
You mean like true to story or honest as in like realistic? Because I mean, if you've seen Kill Bill, you know he doesn't give a shit about it.
No, but see, my thing about Quentin Tarantino,
I think that's why he likes Kick-Ass, because think about all the blood and gore in that. It's like, oh hey, here's like a tribute to shit that I do. Like it's not like he's picking.
to other shit.
He's exactly.
Exactly. That's my biggest. I have a very love-hate relationship with Quentin Tarantino because he's got good movies. He's got good movies that he's made up off the top of his head, like Inglourious Basterds, stuff like that.
He made that
Great
documentary.
movies. But
He didn't make that up. That's real.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm so misinformed.
Next you're gonna say Space Jam was a fucking film. That's a documentary.
That was a fucking
I
documentary.
know.
But he stole like his first 4 movies. He didn't. He stole the plot to Pulp Fiction to Reservoir Dogs. He stole that
Which
plot.
actually is filmed in real time.
Yeah, it really is.
It's like
Yeah,
it's 3 hours for a 10 minutes.
but he stole that whole premise of robbers who don't know each other getting together, giving them code names
from
of
the Red Hood gang.
No, from it's a famous Japanese movie. I think I don't know the specifics, but I did read a story about how a lot of critics of
most
Quentin
of what he
Tarantino
does.
are very critical of him because he just steals ideas and then rehashes them.
And makes them
Which
Americanized.
shit, hats off to you if you're making money off other people's work, but like you're a piece of shit. You have no room to judge other people's movies. And I'm not going to say that I don't like Quentin Tarantino because I do enjoy Inglourious Basterds. I do like Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction.
Django yet?
That's the only movie I haven't seen by him.
What movie?
Django.
Unchained.
I've seen Django. It's good.
So good.
It's like I said, he's capable of writing really good movies, but at the same time, he rips off so much. And like, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get hate for this. I don't like Kill Bill. I thought it was terrible.
I despise Kill Bill.
Terrible.
Loved him.
Terrible. And the second one is, this one kind of blew my mind. Is Oliver Stone commented that his biggest qualms with what will be the Superman Batman movie is that he feels the violence is going to be too unrealistic. His problem with comic book movies is the violence is too unrealistic. Comic book movies, Superman, a fucking alien that came from outer space and has Christ-like abilities, but the violence, oh, you guys need to tone it down. It needs to be a little bit more realistic.
He needs
I
literally
get where
punch
it's
a hole.
coming from.
What?
If Superman was real, fine. If there was a person who actually did. What are we talking, Chris Angel? What was the last movie Oliver Stone did?
Were
Didn't
they
he
in
do,
the same interview?
Didn't he do
Were they
Savages?
speaking together?
I don't know.
He didn't turn and go, the violence in Kill Bill was just so spot on.
Yeah, he should have. He should have.
Dude, that blood just it spreaded perfect.
Yeah, like I've heard that when you chop off a head, it will shoot for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Exactly, like half the movie.
That's just
They
fucking
leave the room and come back to
science.
the room and blood still
That's just fucking science, all right? Like I'm not fucking around.
They had scientists around. They did it. It's nuts.
Thoughts on this? Everyone's favorite misogynistic piece of shit, Todd McFarlane. Todd McFarlane says the Spawn boot, their current Spawn boot,
Reboot.
they're doing a Spawn boot.
Special
CM
boot,
Punk.
just one.
Doc Martens are doing them. But in the Spawn reboot they're working on, he wants it to be more like The Conjuring and less like Iron Man.
Yeah, I saw that. Telling me John Leguizamo's not going to be in the reboot as the clown
We didn't say that.
and
We didn't say that.
the Violator. That and Martin Sheen's not going to be the villain. We're
No,
not doing that.
the clown from Slipknot is going to be the villain.
I'm in. I'm not going to lie to you guys.
I don't know anything about Spawn, so I didn't know that Greg Capullo started on Spawn.
I like.
I didn't know that.
This is what I like about Spawn.
Batman going into it.
The makeup.
Spawn, I like the costume and the first 2 issues I read as a kid, and I like the rip-off covers. But I'm not gonna go read that series. I don't give a shit.
And I like that all the metalheads on Tumblr have their icon as Spawn.
Spawn's a metal comic.
That's awesome.
Spawn's
Yeah.
a metal comic.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Lobo in the 90s. Like, no one read Lobo in the 90s unless they like metal.
Yeah.
No one reads Lobo now because he's a fucking Twilight teenager.
There's not Lobo.
He's
now,
cool. He's coming. He's gonna come back probably
This
because
guy
but he's not gonna have his own.
because I don't think he's gonna have his own series. I think it's gonna be in Justice League personally because they
Personally,
said.
Justice League personally. That's the new spin-off of Justice League.
I think they're gonna look at it. No, I think he's gonna
This
be.
time it's personal.
It is. He's personal. He's going after. He's going after that big guy because that big guy wasn't Lobo. Lobo.
Which is stupid.
Lobo-
How stupid is
The
that?
Rock. He's gonna have to do it in the Rock. now.
Lobo's been the whole time. Lobo's been this little kid, like that little teenager looking puss, and
Puss in Boots.
he's awesome. Like, he's a really cool character, and I don't like how he looks, but the fact of how violent he is and how like unapologetic about everything is awesome.
That's like
he is Todd McFarlane.
Except actually I think the perfect person to play him would be Taylor Lautner if it was a movie.
Oh my fucking god!
God, that Taylor Lautner.
But how
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
That's like the end. That's like the ending of Lost or like The Sopranos or like anything like that, where it's like all these people have devotedly followed this character for years.
That wasn't him.
And they're like, "Guess what? Piece of shit. Enjoy this. Enjoy this."
I like that twist personally.
I think it's bullshit. I think M. Night Shyamalan fucking
It's
wrote
such
it.
a-
It's
it's-
like
It's cliche though. I'm not
that
gonna
piece
do
of
it.
shit.
But like, it's not even like it was at the end of Lobo. It's been like 20 years
It's like-
since Lobo mattered.
That's the
and
point.
That's
here's
their
the
attempt.
twist.
Well,
That's their
see,
attempt
here's the
at
thing.
making him matter. And
I think this is what DC's trying to do. The whole anti-hero thing, like how Deadpool's such a big deal now. I think DC's going to try and bring Lobo back as their anti-hero to try and
Because
rival.
Deathstroke did so good, right? And the comic was whoo.
I didn't read it.
Well,
No
look,
one did.
look who was in charge of it. It didn't stand a chance. It did not stand a chance. You know why it didn't stand a chance? It's
There's no fucking feet.
Rob,
Boom!
He can speak now.
Same wavelength. DC already has the anti-hero. It's Batman. Batman's the fucking anti-hero.
they're going to try and make it this guy though. I think that's what they're going to do, and I think that's why they brought Lobo back so late in the game now. I honestly think that they're going to put him in Justice League for a little bit.
They're gonna tag him in.
No, he's going to be the villain because they're going
The
to.
whole world was in a wrestling ring.
What's going to
Nobody
happen is
survived.
it's going to be Lobo versus like fake Lobo, and Justice League's going to have to try
Fauxbo?
and stop it.
Fauxbo, I
Wait,
like
wait,
it.
that
Your
turn.
space pen is fucked.
Because you broke my space pen.
You
There
did.
you
You
go.
just space dick. Okay, so TV news. We've got Batman Beyond returning as a DC short.
How short?
Are we saying voice actors?
4, 5, 5, 6.
Done.
Episodes or minutes?
7 minutes.
Height.
Okay. 5, 4, 5, 3.
I'm trying to.
Can you? I wouldn't be intimidated.
No.
A 4 or 5 Batman Beyond? Like Batman all over again.
Just fucking put your hand on his head. Yeah. Why is he a mobster?
He's
Looks
Bugsy.
funny. Why is he a
It's Bugsy
mobster?
Beyond.
Why would a mobster be in this? It's the future.
He's telling the error of his ways.
Organized crime is dead in the
That's
future.
what happens when everything blacks out in The Sopranos.
If you live in Chicago, or maybe you've heard about it on the news, there's a big controversy going around right now because Kumas Corner, which is a metal-themed burger restaurant, are getting in trouble because they made a ghost burger which has a communion wafer on top of it and red wine, and a lot of people are getting really offended by it. Yeah,
Here we go.
yeah. They do have veggie. Dan couldn't eat it because it's Boca, but you
He's
could eat
gonna.
it.
Isn't Boca vegan?
Some of them are.
I don't think theirs are though, because I think on the menu it specifically says we have veggie patties, but they're not the vegan kind. But no, they have specials. Like they had before, they had the Harm's Way burger, and they do specials with it. They had a
Weekend
weekend nachos
nachos.
burger. Like they have a staple. They have a staple of like burgers that are always there, like the Goblin Cock, Slayer, Judas Priest, Led Zeppelin, Metallica, stuff like that.
Right.
But then they'll do like a special where it's
A
like,
lot of times
like,
it's local bands that are big
Yeah,
deals,
yeah.
but a lot of times it's
Sounds
like a ghost.
Amazing.
it's got fucking. You can ask for extra communion waivers on
I
it.
would.
Oh, shit.
Like I thought it was gonna be spicy because it was like it's a ghost burger. Like I thought maybe it was like
Ghost
ghost
peppers.
peppers, but it's not. It turns out it's just like a burger with red wine.
It's just
and,
sacrilegious.
and people are like really pissed off about it. But like technically, if you believe in Christianity, it's not the body of Christ yet. It's just a fucking.
Let's get back to the
Yeah.
real point. If you're a Christian, why are you going to Kumas in the
Corner,
first place?
It hasn't.
Do they have a Demon Hunter burger I don't know about or something? Like, do they
Oh, Brandon goes
dying burger.
Brandon goes there quite a bit.
Oh, valid.
So it's not really like an offensive place. Like I just think it's.
Is there an old Under Oath burger like when they were good? When they were like,
And then someone was all mad. They were like, "Well, why don't you put the Quran on a burger?" I was like, "Well, because that's a fucking book. Like they're not taking pages of the
Well,
Bible."
there's that guy who writes passages of the Bible on grains of rice.
That guy is my dad.
That's a good career.
That's his fucking career.
I love that that's the thing. Like you can go to a fucking mall and there's a guy putting shit on rice.
What mall?
Why would he put shit on
No.
rice?
Yeah, you look at your
No, you've never seen those? Like it's like a fucking little like magnifying glass that you wear around your neck, and you look in there, and it's like, oh, where's in that grain of rice?
No.
It's a guy's job. He sits there with the jeweler's magnifying glass and
Yeah.
writes on grains of rice.
I've
Yeah.
never seen that. That's
Like
gotta be a tough
I
job.
no, I had our aunt one time for like a gift idea. She was like, "Oh, why don't you get?" I can't remember who I was asking for. She's like, "Oh, why don't you get them like one of those grains of rice?" And I was like, I was like, are you fucking serious right now?
I told Jesse.
Do I not want to have a friend
I
anymore?
told Jesse I'm going to go for her for our 10th anniversary because if that can be a 10th anniversary gift and you don't leave me, we're set.
Just say it. 10th anniversary comes gonna be single.
So get ready for the.
I've kept the relationship.
Get ready for the depression cast. Oh my god.
Action panels were crying.
7 years from now will be the cry
That's
cast.
like one of like the to me that's like the eighth wonder of the world is like writing shit on rice. Like
I don't know who came up
how do
with
you
that.
do it?
And then who did it in the mall? Everyone was like, "That's good."
that and ships in bottles.
Yeah, that's impressive to me.
You know what else sells really well in malls? Which is always weird. Because I spent this guy too. We both spent a couple years of retail in a mall.
You used to work across from a character shirt.
What?
The airbrush character shirts.
I never did.
I did.
Sam?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I saw some interesting stuff there. But no, two mall commodities that I see all over the place. Fucking hermit crabs
Oh my god, yes.
and frogs.
Really?
But they're not like big frogs. They're like little. They come in like little fucking aquariums. And like we sold them.
My sister got two.
We sold them.
Really?
We sold both at numerous times throughout. It was like a big deal.
Hermit crabs were a big deal around Christmas because a lot of people, for some reason, got their kids hermit crabs.
Yeah,
which
and like
is the stupidest thing.
they would like paint the shells to be like themed. Like
Here's a beach.
here's a Chicago Bulls themed shell, and then the guy would be like, crab would be like.
I've seen painted shells, but I haven't seen it at the mall.
The
Yeah,
thing is,
and
you'll
like,
see that
yeah.
crab's not going to live in that shell forever because the hermit crab needs to switch.
So you gotta buy a multiple.
Replacement shells.
Yeah,
But like my thing is, I always got really picky hermit crabs. So like I couldn't. They'd be like, well, I don't like the Chicago Bulls. I like the Indiana Pacers, and I'd fucking crush it. I'd like, get the fuck out of my house.
I like to do this to him. Oh, you like the Pacers, huh? Reggie Miller, this, and I twist the hermit crab's
And then
head
it's
real
like-
quick.
Oh, the crabs didn't like the shell.
No.
I thought a customer came in and didn't like
Yeah,
it.
no,
and
like a
crushed
cu-
the crab in front of him and said, "Get
Yeah.
out of my store."
Yeah.
Yeah, like a customer comes in and is like, "Hey, can I get the Denver Broncos logo on that shell?"
Can't get shit.
Not in this city,
But
dummy.
like it was like genuinely a big deal. Like I worked at Hallmark is where I worked, and if you don't
He
know,
wrote greeting cards.
if you don't know about Hallmark, is the thing is they do different ornaments, and people will literally murder each other for these fucking ornaments.
Oh, God.
Like I've had people get robbed at gunpoint. Like not even
Like
kidding
in Bear
now.
Gardens?
Like no, like in the
For
parking
a
lot,
rare-
people have literally been robbed for these fucking ornaments.
For rare ornaments, yeah, because the thing is,
Yeah.
people get that catalog, and you see most of the catalog
Months ahead of time.
And I want to say probably
So do you collect
it's
the ornaments?
no, it starts
You
probably
know about this.
it starts in my mom does,
Okay.
but it starts.
They're-
she collects the houses. Not gonna lie.
Middle-aged white women go ape shit for this stuff. They love it. Don't come in here. Don't fucking open this door. Open this door.
The guy's a troublemaker, so watch him.
I'm a troublemaker.
He's the leader, but watch out.
I'm the leader of the free world.
Do you know that guy?
No, I don't fucking know this guy. Don't fucking come in here.
I know it's
Weird.
Let's go to the
Watch out for this guy. He's the
Now.
leader.
What just happened?
You really don't know him?
I don't
Fucking-
know.
I
You've never talked to
swear-
him before?
I swear to God, I do not know that guy.
You never talked to him earlier? Like,
Swear to fucking God.
I definitely
I've
thought he
never
was gonna
talked to
steal
this
the
guy in my
camera. I'm
life.
not gonna lie to you guys.
okay, well, I was gonna say.
I swear to fucking God, I've never met that guy in my
That's fine, I
life.
believe you. What I was kind of thinking yesterday. I don't understand the middle-aged white thing of building tiny houses on like you know like they build the towns in little
I love
houses.
that shit.
and
I
ponds.
fucking love that
But like,
shit.
you do really like it?
I fucking love that shit.
I don't get it. Like,
I don't
my
buy
point
it, but fucking like
But the
at
reason
Christmas time, I am in the stores looking like, oh, they have a candy shop.
Like,
How did they do that?
I just don't get people like take purposely good flat surfaces in their homes.
It's like, it's like-
But like normally have like pictures and things, and they're like, nope, fuck these pictures. We're putting a fucking ice rink on this table for the next 3 months. You know what I mean?
3 months,
Dude, come on!
Before.
Are you kidding me? What about when they do the ice and they do the magnets that move around and people
we
ice
have,
skate?
we have that in a candlelight thing. I know.
Dude, that shit's
a party light.
nuts.
I never get more white than Christmas time, because Christmas time I'm in like fucking American sale looking at these fucking things.
Oh, dude, they're
Looking
so
at the new ones
stupid.
they got out.
But I love them for some
I
reason.
just don't like.
Oh, dude, I would never
You
buy
know-
them. I never buy them.
Yeah, you're talking about-
I plan it out in my head.
But I have friends who like the entire top of the entertainment center is like pictures of the family all year long, and then come fucking Christmas, fuck you, Uncle Cuzzy, we're putting this down.
Uncle what? Uncle.
Uncle Cuzzy.
He's an uncle and a cousin.
We have an Uncle Cuzzy.
we're putting down this fucking candy shop from
Dude,
American Sale.
yo, they make streets, they make a whole town. It's nuts.
I know.
And the thing is, the back of them, you can see what's happening in the house. It's people paint tickets.
I've never been more white than when that shit comes
I
out.
love it. I don't know why.
I pass on every other typical white activity, but
That
let me
one
tell you,
blows my mind.
That is the truth. That is the epitome of being a white person right there.
I'm just upset you can't explain to me the appeal.
I don't know.
Dude, I don't know.
Dude, I'm not gonna even
I
lie to you.
honestly can't tell you.
Dude,
It's kind of like if you're
He's quiet because he does it.
Dude, here's the thing. It's like how
I bet you his mom does.
It's like how in Grand Theft Auto 5 now, at random times I'll find myself playing tennis for 2 hours. Just playing tennis.
I tried to set up one match and it never ended.
What happened is set up one match the minute he got
Oh,
it.
dude,
Got him that.
dude, it's so tough.
Hold on, let's
We'll
finish.
get the video game news.
We'll get the video game news.
We are rude. Where were we?
God.
We're not there.
Comedy Shore, that's where we were.
I don't have the appeal of this, but it's awesome. It's kind of like I find myself in hobby stores looking at the models where it's like you build like the fucking castles.
I like
and
models.
you gotta like I'd never do it, but I'm meticulously planning it out in my head.
I would do
Up here,
models.
I've got cities.
All right, now back to TV news.
Okay, so as I said, Batman Beyond's coming back.
done.
We should have a counter on this in the bottom hand corner from when we first talk about Batman and Beyond to when we come full circle to Batman and Beyond. On Netflix, Arrow is going to be on it. So if you wanted to check it out, didn't have the time, Arrow's on Netflix now. You can catch up because a lot of people binge watch on Netflix. So
I
We'll
love
do
it.
that. That's a new concept. Explain.
So, and then in awkward news, we've got an American Psycho musical is happening, and I don't know what role he has in it, but everyone's favorite, well, not Dave's, my favorite doctor, Matt Smith, is going to be involved in it. So, there's that for you.
Everyone but Dave.
And so let's get into finally before we get out of here now. We've got Dan's Comic Corner.
Wait, do you want to?
Yes.
Closer.
He's not in the corner.
Closer.
No one puts Dan in the corner,
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
but they put Dan in the corner for his comics.
Yeah. Why would they do that to me?
You're not the fucking leader. Sit down.
You think you're the leader? Don't believe anything he says.
I'm the leader.
I'm the leader. First of all, they announced IDW is doing a Serenity comic for people that are into that. Yeah, you guys, I've not seen it.
Excited.
Wait, it's going to be more than the Serenity comic we already have, where it's like, here's
Which is,
the
he
story. It's gonna be
hasn't
ongoing?
said yet. I hope
It's-
so.
yeah.
I'm hoping it's ongoing because as of now, there's only 2 miniseries, and then there's 2 one-shot comics. One written by Patton Oswalt that will make you cry like a fucking baby. Dan's Comic Corner.
Let's see what else. There's gonna be a new team for Detective Comics on top of other Batman news. Let's see.
Dan's Comic Corner.
I don't read Detective Comics anymore.
They're gonna do an oversized Detective Comics 27 anthology series.
Does that mean the
issue.
comic itself is going to be really big? Like, what the... Oh,
It's gonna be
It's
it's
gonna
gonna
be
be a big issue.
It's
Like
going to
reading a
be like the
newspaper.
encyclopedia's like this big, this wide.
Like,
this
Is
big.
it going to be like
And it's gonna be just
long,
one
or is it
massive-
actually going to be big, like the giant size X-Men?
long, like it's going to be...
It's gonna be long.
Okay.
No,
It's
it's-
gonna be giant size X-Men.
like how the anthology was for American Vampire.
Right,
probably.
it's gonna be yeah.
or
They've-
the Batman double issue from 10 days ago, not even 3 days ago.
Yeah. But they've attached a couple names to it already. Scott Snyder's going to be on it.
Frank
Frank Miller's going to be attached to it too. So
Oh,
looking forward to it.
Alan Moore.
Alan Moore.
Oh,
Scott Snyder announced there's going to be a Batman Eternal weekly series. Not really much about it yet, but it's a new Batman book.
Anthology, or we don't know.
He said
It's a new
weekly series.
Called Batman
Dan's
Eternal.
Comic Corner.
Oh, I don't know.
Is it like Black and White, or like Legend of the Dark Knight, or it's like
Don't know
the
much
story
about
of
it
our
yet.
time, or
I said Dan's Comic Corner. On to the next piece of news.
You need a t-shirt.
IDW announced there's going to be an artist edition of Watchmen.
Ooh, I like that. I like the artist editions.
I've never actually read an artist edition. I've never...
They're impossible to read.
Yeah, but
Like
they're
those pieces.
beautiful. But
It's really impractical. It's just collector's.
Dan's Comic Corner.
DC Comics announced, just as Marvel just had a shitload of Lego Marvel covers, DC's going to do a bunch of Scribblenauts covers in January.
Oh, cool.
Variant covers. So they're
Have you
optional.
seen the WWE variant covers for Mick Foley's comic?
No?
Oh,
You
check
haven't?
them out.
No, I haven't seen them.
Oh, wow. We'll check them out.
That's going to happen.
You're gonna die. I could have swore I saw him blog it.
Dan's
I probably-
Comic Corner.
I probably did reblog it. Sort of related to it, I guess. You talked about Arrow being on Netflix. The ratings actually took a dip with the start of the second season. But it wasn't the only show to take a dip. On the other hand, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. actually got a green light for a full season.
22 episodes.
Which is funny because I've heard nothing but bad things about it.
I watched one episode so far.
I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I have not
I haven't
watched
watched
it
it
at all.
I never watched it either, but
watched
everyone,
one
the
episode.
general consensus on Tumblr is this is the worst thing that Josh Whedon's done. And keep in mind, Josh Whedon fucking wrote Dollhouse.
Shit.
Kept your boy Alan Tudyk employed, though.
That's the only, because thank God.
Tumblr, Spiteful Corner.
He's not the only one who kept him employed, alright? He was in Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. He was in fucking Dodgeball. He was in Death at a Funeral. Alan Tudyk is a fucking actor that I respect. Dan's Comic Corner.
Just another quick little tidbit, I guess. I think we were all excited about when Marvel Now was starting to happen, Thunderbolts. And then we saw Janowicz was attached to it, and we sort of jumped off.
I still read it.
Is it good?
Is it any good?
No.
I'm just trying to find a nice way to drop it at a good point.
He's trying to break
You
up
don't
with
have
it
to be
politely.
nice to
It's
it.
going to take a while.
But they announced at Comic-Con that Ghost Rider is going to be joining the team. So, if you haven't dropped it yet, now's your fucking chance.
Awesome. What issue's that? I'll be sure to be on.
20.
Cool. I think that's like another.
Oh my fucking God. Is it the original Ghost Rider or the Marvel Now Ghost Rider, the fucking cartoon?
It's Marvel
The fucking
Now.
TV show?
Is there a Marvel Now?
Yeah, I believe it's a female.
It turns out that it was the Ghost Rider we've known the whole time wasn't him. It's this young pretty boy.
It's this young pretty boy Ghost Rider. Whose
It's
face,
this- oh,
whose face
actually-
isn't a skull. That was Dan's Comic Corner. Learned a lot, talked a lot. Dan's Comic Corner.
In the record and the horror film soundtrack community, who's excited.
You're next.
No, not yet. Almost as good because we mentioned before. I mentioned it too. There's like 9 different companies that strictly put out horror movie soundtracks.
Right.
And for some reason, Waxworth has put out Halloween 2 and 3, but never a Halloween 1 soundtrack.
Oh, fucking
Mondo's
Christ.
just announced the Halloween 1 soundtrack, and while it's gonna sell out like fucking hotcakes, Mondo hasn't put up hotcakes.
What fucking year is this?
Hotcakes.
You know what's
Mondo
selling?
hotcakes.
You know what's selling real good this year, kids? Hotcakes. Get them in the shelves. Get more hotcakes on the shelves.
But while you can't get it from Mondo yet, which once it goes up on Mondo it'll be out in 5 seconds, Amazon pre-orders just gone up.
Like hotcakes.
Yeah, hotcakes.
Go on.
5 seconds.
People buy hotcakes off the trucks. They don't even go on the shelves.
Oh god. I'm
they're
sorry.
going.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay, and earlier we mentioned, we didn't mention on the show, but Grand Theft Auto Online's out, and we finally got Xbox Live. My first experience with Grand Theft Auto Online, did all entry-level missions, bought a car. I was so proud of my car, you could take selfies in the game. I was going to take a photo of myself behind my car, and I was commenting to the person in the room, wouldn't it be funny if someone stole my car while doing this? And then a black character, a woman in a pantsuit, walked up, stabbed me in the neck, and as I was bleeding out, stole my car and drove away.
I had a guy shoot me in the face.
Tell the story cinematically.
Okay,
tell
so
all of our
I was
first
playing a
experiences.
nice team game with this guy. Like, we were doing missions together, me and these 3 other gentlemen. And we were playing.
Alfonso and
It was
Raphael.
Belliot and 2 other guys, so I can't remember their names. Belliot is now my friend on Xbox Live because him and I did some parachute jumps together. We're pals.
Check this podcast out, Belly Led.
And then, so we're doing that, and as soon as we end, I'm like, oh, now it's time to, maybe stop. I'm going to go to bed. Maybe. I don't remember what time it was. I'm getting ready to leave, and this guy, this asshole, who I've been friends with all the time, he's been my driver, I've been the shooter, he decides, you know what? Once I get in my car, he's going to shoot my fucking face in. I get in my car, get ready to drive, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to drive, maybe go buy some clothes. Dead. Just dead. Done. Dead. Guy throws my body out of the car, steals my car. I'm like, can I call insurance about this?
You can. Apparently there's a way you can also make it so others can't drive your car.
They
haven't
can't.
found it yet.
They can't. Because you get insurance and stuff. They can't take your car. They have to kill you to take your car.
Let me tell you about my experience with Grand Theft Auto Online. I got in the game and immediately proceeded to buy hotcakes because they're a very hot commodity.
If you don't get them the second they're on the shelves, you're not
They're
getting them.
gone.
They're gone.
So I got a whole bunch of those.
I didn't come up with the expression, alright? It's a thing.
So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the YouTube views. I hope you enjoyed it. And also, as always, if you haven't been listening to the podcast lately, you should. The video is good. You get to see our attractive faces and our attractive bodies. And also, you get a little more of the jokey side. I think the video is more just us fucking around podcast. You get a little bit of everything in there. But the number one reason to listen to the podcast, you get the audio sketch, which you do not get in the video. So check it out. So as always, thank you for checking out the podcast, which is entitled "The Podcast and the Furious." Bullshit. No one likes the tuna. As always, I'm Vin Diesel.
Paul Walker. Michelle Rodriguez.
A different actor from the Fast and the Furious.
And
Tyrese.
that's
The whole franchise. Ludacris. Tyrese.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Tokyo Drift.
Lil Wayne.
So, as always, thanks for checking it out. Vin Diesel signing off. I'd like to remind you that, as always, it's not just messed up, it's also cattywampus. I'm also the fucking leader. Don't listen to a word I fucking say. Podcast and video is now officially... Wait, hold on.
You can find us on tons of websites, AI action panels,
Instagram, YouTube, Tumblr,
Twitter,
Facebook, action panels. Fucking
Just
Google
like
it.
how you were like, don't fucking come in here.
Don't fucking come in here. Don't fucking come
I
in
knew he
here.
was gonna. That's the best
Oh, me
part.
too. The minute he came back
came
around,
here,
I was like,
saw, I
he's
was like,
not
I'm just going
fucking
back.
do it. He's not fucking do it. I was like, I never wished that door had a lock. I've never wished a door had a lock on it more than the first time I started masturbating. That's the only time I've wanted a door to have a lock more than what just happened.